Hello, my name is Mark Willis and I'm the Kansas City Keto Cook. I started a keto journey back in June of 2020 with Dr. Brad Dyer and the Premier Integrative Health team, and it has been absolutely life-changing for me. I've lost 60 pounds, I've regulated my blood sugars and my blood pressure without medication, and it has taught me a whole new way to eat and live that is healthy, that is delicious. And I wanted to share some of these recipes with you, things that I use in my keto journey that make it a little bit easier. So maybe you could use them in yours. They might help as well. Today I wanted to talk to you about something that brings a lot of flavor to both meat and vegetables. We're going to talk today about aioli. Now, to be clear, when we say aioli, technically, aioli refers to garlic and oil. However, we've expanded that term quite a bit to include other sauces that can be made, typically with a mayonnaise of some kind, and other ingredients. And you can make these quickly and easily. They have great flavor, and using the mayonnaise in them, they've got good fat for your keto diet. You can use these on chicken, on steak, on pork. I've put it on hamburgers to change the taste of a hamburger. You can add it to dip different vegetables in it, like green pepper sticks or cucumber slices. These are just great little flavors you can make. And it all starts with our good old friend mayonnaise. Now, I'm going to include a link down below this video to our very first video where we made mayonnaise together. And yes, if you're in a hurry, you don't have time for this, you just want to run to the store and buy some mayonnaise, absolutely. Make sure you read the labels, get the cleanest mayonnaise you can get with the fewest ingredients. If that's what you need to do, that's fine. But if you have time to make the mayonnaise we included in our first video, I really encourage you to go do it because it's delicious. And I love it in all the stuff that we use. So we're going to start with mayonnaise today, and because I love garlic, it's not hard for me at all to bring garlic into the mix. And it's real simple. To do an aioli, we're going to get a little mayonnaise here. And then we're going to take a little garlic. Now, about the garlic, absolutely, the best way to do it is to buy your garlic fresh, to peel it, to dice it yourself, maybe to roast it in the oven before you add it. That adds a different flavor to it. I do a lot of cooking with garlic, and one of the time savers I've chosen is to buy my garlic already minced. It just makes it a lot faster and a lot easier for me. So I've got my garlic here, and you're thinking, that's a lot of garlic. Yeah, but we'll go through it before you know it. So I'm just going to take about a teaspoon of garlic is what I'm adding in there. And that's what I'm going to put in there first. Now, this is just a simple aioli. Some people would refer to it as a garlic aioli. That's a little redundant because remember, if you're calling it a true aioli, then it has garlic in it. So really what we've made here with our first little dish is aioli. And it's just got the garlic in there, and this is delicious. You can dip vegetables in this. You can put this on a chicken breast, on a hamburger, make your hamburger pop. This would just be great. So that's our first little aioli we're going to make. That's our garlic aioli. But let's say you wanted something a little bit more than that. Well, let me take this back here. I've already got the garlic in it. What else could I add? Well, I've got some chives here. You know, and I'm just going to take those chives and just dice them up real small. And you don't need much, really about 2 or 3 teaspoons or a tablespoon worth, depending on your taste, what you like in there. But we're just going to mix those chives in with that and stir that in. Now we've got a nice little chive aioli. It's got that nice onion flavor that it brings. I always like chives. They bring a lighter onion flavor to dishes. I think they always taste like spring and summer to me. But we just mix those in there just like that. You can still, again, dip vegetables in this. Any type of meat you can think of. Throw that on a hamburger. That's going to be delicious. Another thing that you can do with your aiolis is add a little bit of lemon juice. Just a squeeze. Just a bit, not too much. Oh, and I got a seed in there. Let me get that seed out. That would be an unpleasant surprise later. But the little lemon juice in there brings a little acidity to it. That's always nice. So mix that in if you want. Play with the tastes on this. There might be other spices or herbs you want to add. Now we're going to make another one. We're going to start again with our bowl here, and of course we're going to stick our mayonnaise in it because we love our homemade mayonnaise. This stuff's fresh too. I made this morning, so it is ready and raring to go. Once again, I'm going to add my garlic. To make it a true aioli, it needs to have garlic. Again, I like garlic a lot, so I'm putting a good heaping teaspoonful in there. You can put less in there if you don't like that much. That's fine. And then this is a flavor. I'm going to give credit where credit's due here. One of my daughter's good friends, Melissa, was over one night, and she made this aioli, and I'd never thought of it before, but I love it. Now, I'm not huge on real spicy things. I don't like real hot foods that burn your mouth, burn your throat. But she made a Sriracha, like I don't know how to say the word, Sriracha garlic aioli. So I'm going to add a little bit of Sriracha to this. And Sriracha's got a little bit of spice to it, but not too much. And we're cooling it with that mayonnaise we're adding it to. That's going to take it down a notch. We've got that garlic in there. She made this one night when she came over, and this was absolutely fantastic. Try this on a chicken breast. This is amazing. Just brings so much good flavor to it, and it's not too spicy. Remember, I'm not a lover of hot, spicy foods. It is not too spicy, but it is absolutely delicious. You can see it gives it a nice red flavor there as well. So there's a couple different. You can do just a straight garlic aioli, or aioli, if you will. You can add some chives in there, make it a chive aioli. You can add some Sriracha in there. Here's another thing you can do. We're going to take the mayonnaise once again. Get a couple spoonfuls of it. I'm just putting a couple tablespoons in there. If this was just for me for one meal, this would be more than enough. I'm making it for my family. I can make bigger amounts. I'm going to add my heaping teaspoon of garlic again, because we love garlic. And let's say you're like, I'm not really crazy about the Sriracha, Mark. I'm just worried that's going to be too much spice. Well, you've probably got these things in your refrigerator right now. This is just plain old yellow mustard. And this is Dijon mustard. Now, anytime you use a specialty mustard, Dijon, stone ground, anything like that, you always want to read the ingredients on the back. Some Dijons do have sugar in them. Some do have carbohydrates. This one does not. This is a Dijon mustard. It's the store brand from Aldi's grocery stores where I got this. And it does not have sugar of any kind in it. There's no carbohydrates in it. So take one of these. You've got your garlic and your mayonnaise mixed together here. Add one of these to it, whichever one you prefer. I actually like the Dijon a little bit more, but you can add the yellow mustard if that's what you have. I'm going to add a little Dijon mustard in there. And this is now a garlic mustard aioli sauce that you can use this on anything. This would be delicious on so many different foods. And I'm going to include a link. See, that's got kind of that yellow tint there. I'm going to include a link at the bottom of this video. We're going to put a link down there for a website I found with 20 great aioli recipes. And I'm going to share that with you because they had a lot of ideas I don't have laid out here today simply because I didn't have the ingredients. They had a lime cilantro aioli that's great with Mexican food. Would make a great crema on top of a taco salad, for instance. They just had some really neat combinations. So I'm going to include that link down there so you can check some of those out as well. These are some of my favorites. The straight up garlic or just garlic and chives, the Sriracha garlic, the mustard garlic, whether it be yellow or Dijon. Those are some of the favorites I like using around my house. Now I'm going to show you one that's a little more involved. We've got a few more ingredients in this one. And technically, this is not an aioli because believe it or not, we are not going to add garlic. I know, I'm shocked as well. How could we possibly do that? But I found this recipe a few years ago and we've used this a lot on keto. This is a great recipe and we're going to talk about the ingredients here real quick. Now obviously first we're going to start with our mayonnaise. I'm going to go ahead and put my mayonnaise in here. Oh, and I just realized I forgot an ingredient I'm going to have to hop up and grab. But let me get some of the other stuff first. We're going to add some lime to it. So I'm just going to take a lime, cut it in half, and we're just going to add that juice directly to it in here. And don't be shy about the juice. That lime juice brings really good flavor. We're going to squeeze about half a lime in there. The next thing we're going to add is jalapenos. Now I know what I said earlier. I said I don't like real spicy foods, and you're thinking, Mark, you started with the Sriracha, now you're showing us the jalapeno. What's going on? I'm going to show you how to take some of the heat out of the jalapeno. When you get ready to prepare, and these jalapenos came from my mother-in-law's garden, so these are really fresh. These came off the vine just last week. You're going to prepare your jalapeno. You're going to cut the end of it off. You're going to get rid of that. You don't need that. You're going to slice it in half. And what you want to do is, if you look on the inside here, you see all this white stuff and the seeds? That's where the hot oil is, especially the seeds. You'll notice I've been wearing gloves through this video. That's not because I didn't want to touch any of this other food. It's because when I work with jalapenos and I'm going to clean these seeds out, I'm going to get those oils on my fingers. And hours later, I'll touch my eye or I'll touch my nose and it burns because I still have that oil on there no matter how many times I wash them. So I like to go ahead and pull those out. So we're just going to strip that white stuff right out of the middle. We're going to take the seeds with it. We are not going to use those. Let me strip that out a little bit there. And that's what it looks like, nice and clean. We're going to do that with this one now. Now this isn't going to take all the heat away. Yes, there is going to still be a little bit of spice in there. It is a jalapeno, it's a pepper. But it certainly takes a lot of that burning that you get from jalapenos out. Now I'm going to step up real quick and rinse this off. Oh, yes, okay. Get all my pieces with me here. I'm going to rinse this off under cold water. All right. And now we're simply going to dice that up. You're just going to cut it into thin little strips here. And we're just going to turn it, we're going to cut it, we're going to dice it small. We want little pieces. And the great thing about doing this, like I said, I'm not crazy about real hot temperatures in food as far as spice goes. But the flavor that peppers bring to your food is just amazing. And it can expand so many different dishes. And jalapenos are in that family. Use jalapenos. Just clean those seeds out. Clean that white part out from the inside. Rinse it out. That's going to help get rid of a lot of that oil that you're trying to avoid anyway. So I've got some I already chopped up earlier. We're going to add that. Get my knife back up here. There we go. For my family, we like the jalapeno flavor, so I put quite a few jalapenos in there. You can obviously do less. Alrighty. Now the last thing we're going to add, and this is what I forgot to grab, so let me run over here to my spice cabinet. I knew I was forgetting something. Good old cumin. We like cumin in my house. We buy it in these big containers because anytime that we try to cook food that has a more Spanish or Mexican flavor to it, we put a lot of cumin in it. We like the flavor from cumin. So I've got my mayonnaise in here. I've got my jalapeno. I've got my lime juice. I'm just going to, and I'm going to be generous with the jalapeno, with the cumin. If I was measuring this out, I would say it's at least a tablespoon. And you're going to want to experiment with the flavor on your own. You may not like cumin as much as we do. But I'm going to add that in, and we're just going to mix that up. Let me grab my fork here to mix this a little bit better. And this is one of our favorite dips that we make. We'll put this, I'll just eat a plain chicken breast. One of the chicken breasts, I can include the link down below, that we made just a couple weeks ago. Pull one of those chicken breasts out, warm it up for 35 seconds, whip this aioli up, have it in the fridge in a jar or in a bowl. And you can see how that looks there. This is just delicious. And I'm telling you, even though it's got the jalapenos in it, it doesn't bring a lot of spice. Brings a lot of nice flavor. So there's 4 or 5 different aiolis that you can try on your keto journey. And like I said, I'm going to include that link below that's got 20 great recipes in it. I encourage you to check those out as well. Now, that is not a keto website that it's from, so some of those recipes do have sugar. Watch for that. But see if you can modify around that. I would definitely love to hear in the comments down below if you've tried one of these aiolis or if you tried a variation on your own. Something that you found in your house, a spice or a condiment that you added to it that was delicious that you'd like to share with everybody. We'd love to hear it. Maybe we could try making it sometime here in my kitchen. Well, I hope this has been a good day for you. I hope that you'll try these aiolis. I hope they bring lots of good fat and good luck to your keto diet. Thanks so much for joining us today. Good eating.